in a tough situation right now. It's hard. It's hard. And you can do everything you can to make it better. But in the meantime, you have to surrender to that's the reality right now. And you don't have to beat yourself up over it or, get really upset about why did this happen to me? And why is it like this? And all that's going to do, like, that's just needless suffering. And that's the difference between suffering and pain.
Yeah, I'm immediately reminded of wildlife or a deer. A deer is always paying attention. If there's a sound or something like that, the stress level is right there. Like they are very much aware that anything could happen right now, and they're on full alert. Up until that point, though, they're totally in the moment they're having. They're totally relaxed. They're making the most of the experience that they have. They're not sitting there going, "God, what if a noise happens?"
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, right.
It's when the noise happens that they immediately are in the experience of that noise, in the reaction to that noise. But up until that point, they're not sitting there worrying about the future. They're not sitting, they're taking advantage of the moment that they're in. They haven't removed themselves from it. And that's exactly within our ability. We have the ability to respond when necessary and to use our stress and to use our tension, to use everything we learn from that. But we carry it with us the rest of the time because of the narrative. That's all it is. We just carry
Yes.
our narrative with us. And so all of that stress remains to the point where we actually have to go and find ways to unwind. And sometimes we do it through substances, and those ultimately are just short-term solutions. But if we start to recognize, oh, right, the tension is actually in how tightly I'm holding on to this idea of myself,
Mm-hmm.
right, then the process becomes pretty obvious. I have to let that go. I have to let go of these knots of this concept that I have of myself, which is often even intertwined with the knots that we have in our own physical body from the injuries and whatnot, just through times when we weren't paying attention because we were so lost in our ego.